Tell me about your fancy car.
Ah, okay. So this is
Rick Anderson here, FUBAR Labs.
Yeah, hey.
Co-creator of the FUBARino SD. All right.
Yeah. So this is actually pretty fun stuff. So it's a little noisy at the moment, but what we've got is a car from FUBAR Labs, Fair Use Building and Research, and the car is basically a burnisher floor waxer motor, which is underneath the whole custom controller. The custom controller actually Bill French put together, and it's a whole chunk of MOSFETs with, actually right now it's running a Teensy.
Teensy, what?
Yeah, he chose. But we could.
I guess if you build it, you get to choose.
Exactly. If you build it, you choose. No problem. But it's got. You can look a little closer.
Okay.
So it's got the fuse here that limits us to 1440 watts.
The fairing's not structural.
Oh yeah, no, it's just kind of it protects you from debris.
Yeah.
So anyway, the fuse is on like a heat sink.
Okay.
And then there's a shunt resistor that's actually measuring the amperage for what the motor is pulling.
This is amazing. You got this whole thing to run off 4 AA batteries.
Except for that giant pack over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the logic is off this side.
Okay.
And there's a Harbor Freight battery pack that you just shove in.
Okay.
And that's the other battery option.
Okay.
So he's got a battery that's powering this so he gets the display. And then he has another one over here that's powering the whole logic unit.
Okay.
And this is actually pretty cool because because he knows what the amperage is here. You know what's going on with your fuse.
Right.
So if you start pulling too much, he can back it off in software.
All right.
Wow. So I actually modeled the fuse in software.
You modeled the fuse in software?
Yeah, because it's a slow blow fuse, so you can do 40 amps forever. You do 100 amps for like 3 seconds.
Okay.
And then you have to like let the fuse cool.
Okay.
And so I do have primitive fuse modeling in the software, so I can sort of know roughly what the temperature is. The next step will be I want to get another shunt amplifier, use the fuse as a shunt resistor, and measure the resistance across it, because as its temperature goes up, the resistance should go up.
Okay.
And so I should be able to find like
where
know the temperature of the fuse and keep it below the melting point of copper or whatever.
That's amazing, but why not just use a bigger fuse?
What's the rules?
Oh, it's the rules.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we have to keep it. So if you look out over the field over here, we have to keep it so that
this is the field.
That the vehicles don't go so fast they blow through the hay bales.
Okay.
Right. So we're actually doing it for safety.
Okay.
And to maintain the actual shape of the track.
Okay.
Because the cars can have enough mass. If they go fast enough, they'll just plow through all this.
Right.
So there's 1440 watts you got to work with.
Okay.
And basically you can go up to a 48 volt motor.
Okay.
But at the same time, right, you have to stay within the right amperage for that.
Okay.
And there's an official fuse at each motor level.
Okay.
And that keeps you at 1440 no matter what.
And then, so what are the rules regarding the heatsink on the fuse?
So it actually doesn't cause the fuse to behave differently.
Okay.
What it does is it allows it to cool, whereas let's say, like Bill was saying, you push the fuse a little too hard, it's going to blow.
Right.
But if you back off and you wait, then it cools.
Right.
But what it is, when you back off and you wait, you're under the limit.
Okay.
So the option is you might.
You don't have to wait as long.
Right. You know when to go back up again.
Okay.
So it allows you to maximize the use of that fuse. So it's sort of fuse management. It's not against the rules because you're still not breaking the fuse.
Okay.
And
one of the rules is no active cooling.
No active cooling.
So no fan, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But generally speaking,
Can you use Nakaducts?
So they got Master Builders team has a funnel shape on the front of their car, which air blows across their fuse.
Okay.
But it's a funnel shape. It's not an actual.
It's not active.
Right.
Yeah.
So they really got that worked out.
Okay.
So yeah. So then the rest of it is steering.
Okay.
Brake, the throttle down by
the rest is mechanical.
Yeah. It's all that stuff you need to keep things from falling apart.
Right.
So you
all that stuff to support the electronics.
That's right. Yeah. Once you got the electronics all worked out, then there's that physical stuff.
Right. That's the easy stuff.
But basically, $500 electric car.
Okay.
And a few of the rules you take advantage of. There's no limit on safety, so you can have as fancy brakes as you would like.
Okay.
And then the batteries, only the batteries on the car matter. And then they give you 50% budget. So if it's a $100 battery, 50% goes against, $50 goes against your car.
Oh, okay, for the car.
Yeah. So essentially, given those rules, you can't break the $500 limit.
Oh,
And
okay.
the race has a rule that says you can ask the organizers to purchase any one car for the $500, and then that team can race it
I
against
see.
the other team immediately.
I see. So the idea, like if someone came up and offered you $500, you wouldn't be like, oh man, there goes my $10,000 donated motor controller.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
So try to keep it fair.
Do they purchase one?
Well,
They
there
should
was-
randomly purchase one, so that's
Yeah.
like a potential risk.
See, that would be actually like kind of interesting because that means the rule is used,
Yeah.
as opposed to the rule is the deterrent.
Right.
So yeah, that's very interesting. It would actually keep the flow going.
Right.
But yeah, no, that allows people to push it.
Right.
Huh.
Okay.
Like, think about that one.
So who designed the contest?
Actually, Jim Burke over here,
Okay.
and then Patrick Callahan. He's on the other side of the control tent way over
Okay.
there. So the two of them got the challenge going, and it started out at I think in their street in their home area in
Okay.
Chicago, Pumping Station 1, Hackerspace,
Okay.
and then it became a thing for Maker Faire New York, World Fair.
Cool.
So that was in Queens, and that started there. And Bill was in the first of those series.
All right.
And we had the craziest, wobbliest vehicle I think I've ever seen.
Awesome.
Yeah.